Good morning, my loves, and welcome to the Fab Life. This is a one-stop hub for all things fashion, health and beauty. So if you like any or all of those things, then please do hit the like button and subscribe to this channel so that we can start to grow our online community of fab dolls. Amongst a couple of other things, I do run a hair extensions company, so do expect to see videos on wigs like so, clip-in extensions, ponytail extensions, tape extensions, eye-tip extensions, as well as general hairstyling videos. I'm absolutely obsessed with fashion, so definitely expect to see lots of fashion content and fashion styling, perhaps a little sprinkle of beauty and a little sprinkle of health, whether that is fitness regimes or healthy recipes. Here at the Fab Life, the ethos is for sure all about inner beauty meets outer beauty, inner health meets outer health, high end meets high street, all coming together for one beautifully balanced, fabulous life. So as you would have seen from the title, today's video is all about my current beauty favorites. Excuse me if I keep looking here because I've got all my products, a ton of things to talk about. I will just mention the lip color that I've got on. I tend not to wear a lot of color. I'm definitely more a nude to neutral kind of person when it comes to makeup, but I do love this particular one. It is by CYO, called Too Clever by Half. It's a lipstick on one side and a lip liner on the other, and this color is Night Moves. So I'll just come up close so that you can see. It's this gorgeous berry, slightly verging on fuchsia sort of colour. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. I will be splitting this video into two parts. This will be focused primarily on skincare as well as one or two general beauty and miscellaneous items. Part 2 will be on makeup products that I'm absolutely loving, and so if you're more into your makeup, then definitely turn the notification bell on when you subscribe so that you can be informed when I put out new videos, because I've got a ton of gorgeous stuff you won't want to miss. So we're going to get started with the first section, which are the cleansers that I love. This is the Liz Earle Cleanse and Polish. It contains things like chamomile, which are really soothing for the skin, and eucalyptus, which is very cleansing. One thing I will say about using this product is it doesn't just clean and take your makeup off and so on, but it really feels like it's putting back goodness and nourishment back into your skin. So I love it for that. So normally I just rub it on all over my face and then wipe it off with a Liz Earle pure cotton cloth. This is a spare one. The one that I'm actually using at the moment does not deserve to be on camera. So I just got out the spare one to show you what it's like. Usually I go in circular motion so that it's gently exfoliating at the same time. So these two, they just go hand in hand. Love, love, love. So the next item I want to talk about is the Elemis Pro-Collagen Cleansing Balm. So before I discovered this Liz Earle Cleanse and Polish, I was actually using this, which I absolutely love, hence why it's made it into my current favourites. I would say that it gives me probably a deeper cleanse than the Liz Earle one. The Liz Earle, if you had more sensitive skin, you might prefer that. Some people aren't so keen on the scent of this, but personally I love perfumed products. I don't have a problem with them, and it just feels so natural and so good on the skin. It definitely feels like it's a deeper cleanse. So if you have a full face of makeup, this is the one I would go for, whereas if I just had more lighter makeup or no makeup at all, then I would go for the Liz Earle one. I'm nearly out of this one actually. Oh, love it. So that's how much I've got left of that, and it's got a little bit of beeswax in it, and you can feel that it's quite nourishing. It just gives you that natural boost in terms of your radiance. Do bear with me, I've just had to sort out lighting because I'm partly using natural light and it's just going in and out, and so I hope this isn't too different from what it was earlier. So those are my two go-to cleansers for sure. We've got the Earle Cleanse and Polish, and then the Elemis Pro-Collagen Cleansing Balm. I love them both. I've been using this one for longer and it is for sure one of my sort of go-to OG cleansers. It just does not get better than that for me. This is a more recent purchase, and therefore I am using it all the time. I'm probably using it more at the moment because I'm just loving it, and it does feel really soothing on the skin, as well as chamomile. Actually, it has got cocoa butter as well, which of course just makes the skin feel lush and nice and moisturized. Now if I'm not using these two, then I will use any drugstore face wash. I'm not too partial about any in particular. The one I am currently using at the moment is the Neutrogena Refreshingly Clear Daily Exfoliator. This has grapefruit and vitamin C. So this just happens to be what I'm using at the moment. Nice and affordable. It's £3, I think it was. One thing I will also mention is my electric face brush cleanser. That sounded like a mouthful. My electric face brush cleanser. I love this. It comes in a few different settings. Again, I'll link this down below. I tend to use this in conjunction with whatever drugstore product that I'm using. Often these two go hand in hand while I'm in the shower, because I find that it just gives me a deeper cleanse as well. So I just use it all over the face. You know how these go. The next thing I want to talk about are a group of acids, because glycolic acid is my new best friend. I absolutely love glycolic acid. If you don't know, it's part of a group of acids that are called AHAs. They're alpha hydroxy acids. So you have things like glycolic acid, you have citric lactic acid, and they are really responsible for some of the real deeper cleanses because they go deep into the pores, reducing the pores and reducing any roughness and texture in your skin, and therefore give you a smoother skin, a glowier skin as well. Because the other thing of course they do is help to remove a layer of dead cells that are laying on the surface of your skin, which sometimes is what adds to the dullness in your skin. So by cleansing with one of the AHAs, and for me glycolic acid is just the one that I go for mostly, it helps to keep that skin a little bit brighter, a little bit more of a glow, less of a dullness, and certainly smoother. And I can really tell that difference once I've been using them consistently. I have got again two that I'd like to show you. The first one is the Alpha H Liquid Gold with glycolic acid. If I recall, this one had 5% glycolic acid. I don't tend to use this every day. I did start out twice a week, maybe 3 times a week, and then built up, and I probably do use it alternate evenings. And you just put a touch on your cotton pad. I'll show you. You put a touch on your cotton pad and then you just wipe, obviously on a cleansed face, so you do need to make sure you've deep cleaned your face. Usually after I've washed my face or even double cleansed my face, I will then use a cotton pad with some micellar water just to get any excess makeup off or any excess dirt off before I do this, because you do want to have super clean skin. This was £35, so not the most inexpensive of things. I mean, it's probably on the slightly pricier side considering it is only 50ml, but it is pretty darn good. A slightly more, significantly less expensive version is the Inkey List Glycolic Acid. This actually has 10% and it costs £4.50. I've just got some of the prices written down here, that's why I keep looking down. It costs £4.50. And it is 100ml, so it's double the volume, double the amount of glycolic acid you get. It's also double the strength because it's 10%. So there's the Alpha H, £35 for 50ml, 5%, and there is the Inkey List, £4.50, 100ml, 10%. If you want more bang for your buck, I guess I would go with the Inkey List. Generally I find the Inkey List quite good, as well as the Ordinary, which is one I'll come on to in a minute. But it's not all about just the strength, it's not all about the power of the product. Sometimes, especially if you do have sensitive skin, it is better to go for one that actually, like the Alpha Rage, that is probably slightly gentler on your skin. The third one, which is from The Ordinary, another good inexpensive brand when it comes to some of these acids. This is The Ordinary. Now this is a mixture of AHA and BHA, so it is the alpha hydroxy acid, but it's also got 2% of the BHA, which help to exfoliate. They help to reduce sebum production, and sebum production or excessive sebum production is often what can lead or can exacerbate acne. So it's trying to reduce acne and reduce your spots by reducing your sebum production, as well as generally exfoliating. That's what the BHAs are about. So this has got a mixture of the two. It's got the AHAs and it's got the BHAs. They're a bit of a mouthful to say. Now this from The Ordinary is actually a peel. It's a 10-minute peel, and the one thing about me when it comes to skincare is I am probably a little bit lazy. I'll be the first to admit that I am a little bit lazy, so I don't actually really like products that you have to put on and then take off. I prefer things that you just put on and then you leave them on and you are done. And that's probably why I don't use this one quite as much, but in terms of the effectiveness, it definitely works. You can definitely feel the sting when you put it on. And it's got this unfortunate colour of very deep blood red. So when you put it on and you smear it all over your face, it looks quite scary. It really does. If I have a picture, I'll put it up, but I'm not sure I did take a picture at the time when I was using it. Next up, we're going to be talking about serums. Now, I'll be honest, once I have used my go-to cleansers and acids, like the glycolic acids that I was talking about, I do tend to interchange my serums and my face moisturizers. I am not too fussed about which ones I go for, but I definitely want to talk you through some of my favorite. When it comes to serum, I do absolutely love the Clarins Double Serum Age Control Concentrate. That is another mouthful, but it's really good. I have bought it over and over again. I have actually written down here that the price is £58. I honestly thought it was more than that. It claims to firm up the skin and reduce wrinkles. Those bits I'm not entirely sure that I have seen a difference in terms of wrinkles. Not that I have many wrinkles to start off with in the first place, but definitely in terms of its claim with radiant skin, that is something that I can wholeheartedly agree with. It definitely gives you radiant skin. Aside from that, I do tend to just go for any drugstore products, and again I will interchange which ones. For example, one that I really do like though, and a good value for money, I would say, is the L'Oreal Revitalift serum. It's very moisturizing. I love this. There are times where I've put this on. Now I have quite dry skin, and often once I've come out the shower, my skin goes quite tight and I can feel that I need to moisturize quite soon. But I have noticed that whenever I've used this, there are times where I've gone downstairs and suddenly thought, hold on, 10-15 minutes later I haven't even moisturized and my skin doesn't even feel tight. So in terms of a drugstore brand, this is one that I would definitely recommend, is the L'Oreal Revitalizing Serum. It is super moisturizing. It is so good. So similarly with my moisturizers, I can interchange them. I do like to change it up. One of the higher end ones that I do buy quite a bit and I do like is the Elemis Dynamic Resurfacing Day Cream. I will show you what that looks like. Now this contains SPF 30, so I love that. I love that it's giving me protection from the sun just in a moisturizer under my makeup. It's not the thickest of consistencies, so I do find that it's quite light and easy to put on, which is lovely. My skin is quite dry, so sometimes when I use this I do find that I end up using a double layer. It has got raspberry seed oil, which is specifically to hydrate, and you can tell that this is a luxe hydrating cream. Aside from the Elemis cream, I really will interchange any drugstore creams. I do find that nowadays a lot of the drugstore brands, they are absolutely killing it when it comes to things like the serums, the day creams, the night creams, and so I'm more than happy to buy any of those creams and keep interchanging. I will just show you what I've got at the moment, but like I said, I would change this to any, and I often do change it to any, whether it's brands from like number 7, for example, I'd happily use that, or even Nivea. I love a lot of the Nivea creams. creams, especially if you do have dry skin, then some of the Nivea creams are really good for dry skin. But what I happen to have at the moment is the L'Oreal Triple Active. Now this is for dry and sensitive skin, and it looks like that. Soon to be out of this cream. I do love this one, and it is £5 compared to, I didn't even tell you how much this was, probably because, you know, probably because I'm trying to block it out of my memory. The Elemis Day Cream is £87, perhaps £85. So £5 compared to £85, there is a big difference. I mean, I can tell the difference when it's on. I can tell the difference. Even now, just stroking the back of my hand where I applied the Elemis cream, still feels amazing, still feels so lush, and it feels sumptuous. Two really gorgeous ones at different price points to suit every budget. The last skincare product that I want to talk about is eye cream. Now, I am not really someone who spends a lot of time on their eyes. I don't know why. I think I have generally got quite sensitive eyes, but I also don't like to faff around with lots of products that are meant specifically for eyes. If I'm using any of those creams like the Elemis or the L'Oreal cream, face cream, I will just slap it all over my face, eyes included. But I do want to mention one particular eye cream that I have found to be very, very good and definitely worth the money. And that is this. It's the Clarins. Can you see that? It's the Clarins Moisturizing Reviving Eye Mask. It is super refreshing. It is super hydrating. It contains extracts of horse chestnut, which is meant to reduce the appearance of dark circles. I do notice when I apply it on my under eye, it feels quite cooling and very refreshing. Now, this Clarins eye mask is meant to be a 10-minute mask, so you're supposed to put it on and then 10 minutes later wash it off, of course, as the name suggests. But like I said before, I am really not one for putting things on and then having to take them off. I like to just slap stuff on and then be done with it. So I actually use this as an overnight mask, and it makes it more intense, and I love it that way. So this is what it actually looks like. It's the, if I didn't say, it's the Hydra-Essentiel Moisturizing Reviving Eye Mask. I don't know why they're all such mouthfuls, but that's what it looks like. It's this gorgeous blue packaging. Super hydrating, and especially for someone like me who's not really into specific eye products, that one little thing that I can do, just apply around the eyes at night before going to sleep, and then in the morning you just feel like you've got brighter eyes, more refreshed eyes, certainly more hydrated eyes. Great if you are someone who likes to conceal under their eyes with a lighter color and then bake. I don't know if anyone is still baking in 2020, but if you are someone who does like to bake and put under eye concealer and then bake with powder, then this is something that would be a great addition to your skincare routine. Perhaps every night, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, because that's going to help to hydrate the under eye area and stop you from getting a lot of those dryness and cracked lines when you do bake. Or you could just stop baking and save yourself £25. Not actually too bad, really, I don't think, for an eye cream. Let's put it this way. I don't really buy any other eye cream, and I don't think I really would buy any other eye cream other than this, because it really does work. An honorary mention of some products that I really cannot live without: Primark cotton buds. I love these cotton buds because, or cotton pads rather, because they are sewn, machine sewn around the perimeter, and I love that. It's so ingenious. I'm constantly reaching for these, and it's so frustrating and grates on you, doesn't it, when you start to get all those bits and fragments. And I love this Primark one because it's sewn. You never seem to get that. I love that. I'll just zoom that in there if you can see, but it's sewn all around the perimeter and it just keeps it intact. So that is one that I just wanted to mention. The other product I wanted to mention is the ORS Olive Oil Nourishing Exotic Scalp Oil. I love this. It is so easy to use with a little thin sort of nozzle, and it's great for when you have braids, for example. You can just nourish your scalp and oil your scalp when you have braids, or between your cornrows when you have a wig on like I do. I often will nourish my own natural hair underneath before I put my wig on. It is such a great product to have, something that I reach for all the time. So that's what it looks like. It has babasu oil for an intense moisture, and it's great for dry scalps, but it also is just promoting healthy hair growth. So this is one that I felt needed to be in here. It's not skincare, but of course your scalp is technically part of your skin, so a great one for scalps. And finally, one of my go-to products is the Keracare styling wax. I love this styling wax. I find that it's so great for flyaways. So if you've got any flyaways on your roots, they're great to just keep those flyaways down. But the one thing I love about this compared to other styling waxes is it never seems to weigh down your hair. No matter how much you use, it just never seems to weigh down your hair. So you still have light fluffy hair, even the roots still feel nice and fluffy, a lot of movement in them. But if you wanted a really sleek ponytail, then you could use this all around the perimeter of your hair, along your hairline, and it's just fantastic for keeping things in place. I do have a couple of hair videos coming up soon, and I definitely will be using this. You will see that I reach out for this time and time again because it's just so good. I do apologize because my daughter is somewhere there behind the camera, so if you hear one or two noises, it's usually her or the little dog, who's my first baby. So my loves, that is all my skincare favorites that I'm currently loving at the moment. Please let me know down below in the comments box which ones you love, which ones you use already, or perhaps which you've been thinking about, and this is just going to give that little push to maybe trying something. If there is something that I haven't mentioned that you absolutely love, please do let me know as well, because I am always interested in trying new things. So like I said, everything will be linked down in the description bar down below, so just open that description box and click on those links and shop away. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. This was the Fab Life, and I hope to see you again very shortly. Please don't forget to not only subscribe but turn the notification bell on so that you are informed when I do have other videos coming up. Take care and see you soon. And one of the so one thing. Oh, what's that?
What happened? What is that?
I'm not sure.
I think it's like a button.
A button?
Yeah.
What do you mean it's like a button?
It's like a button in the cave.
A button in the cave?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome to the Fab Life.